Hello, awesome people! I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the short story. It's called Those Who Wait. It's published in this collection that we've been doing a deep dive into. It's written by James Wade. It's about 22 pages long. I read it last night for the second time in about a little less than an hour. For this oversized collection, you would typically expect me to do about 2 minutes a page, but it was a little bit longer than, which would have been 44 minutes, but it was a little bit longer than that, closer to an hour. So if you want to get a little bit of a longer wait, go ahead and check this out. This is in the Cthulhu Mythos story. This collection, which I'll link you to in the comments below, was published in 1996 in the mid-90s. So it's published a few decades ago. For you folks, as a reminder, I typically do my reviews of the Cthulhu Mythos, which started in the pulp era in this October that I dedicate to it ever since I started this channel in 2019 in the first October. So I like to dedicate this month to those stories that I love so much. I picked up this collection when I was doing a deep dive into the Cthulhu Mythos and H.P. Lovecraft in college, and 2 years in grad school too. So I picked this up, read it very fast, and then I enjoyed it. Now I'm reading it a second time for you folks for this channel and a review thereof. So let's go ahead and get started with my review. As a reminder, I like to keep my reviews spoiler-free, so we won't be doing a huge spoiler-based review and so forth of this 22-page short story, but I will be doing a review of the first couple of pages in order to get you sort of, stuck into what's going on. So basically what's happening here is that this is set in Miskatonic University in Arkham, Massachusetts. Arkham, Massachusetts was created by H.P. Lovecraft and in the mythos, and there is a university that is Miskatonic that's also there. It's also frequently mentioned, and in fact, they actually sent out an expedition to Antarctica at the Mountains of Madness, so they're also a key part of that mythos too. So our main character has just moved to Arkham. He's not a local, and he's now a brand new freshman at Miskatonic University. And then his roommate is a sophomore who's actually born and raised in Arkham, so he knows the area. He's a good friend and a good person who's been a good acclamation for the university in the area of Arkham in which it's located. So then we're going to find him. He has a couple months into his freshman year. On page 2, he needs to study for his literature exam. He forgot to take down some quotes and so forth. So he's going to head to the library, which his roommate tells him is open until 10. But make sure to hurry fast because that's getting close by. He arrives at the library. He finds some notes, and he finds his books. He goes to the rare book section in order to copy them next. He doesn't expect it to have a lot of stuff. He comes across a couple of notes of people that are left behind that he reads, and he finds out that they're in the locked library where only the dark texts are located in these Cthulhu Mythos and such, and he sees them coming out, and then they talk and have an interaction. That's page 3, so I'll leave you to it. So what winds up happening and such. It's fun. I like it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It feels more. It's later in the Cthulhu Mythos genre, so it feels more like a story that was inspired by August Derleth than it does a story that was inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. What I mean by that is he's assigned the basic people, the four elements. Which is something that August Derleth assigned to them. It's very, very open. You're going to read a lot of the Necronomicon, and you're going to get a lot of conversation about what the Cthulhu Mythos is, rather than just a quick couple of hints, like Generation 1's stuff here and there. And then you're going to get all the history, all the details, all that stuff, and so forth, and so it's definitely a later story, but typically the Generation 4 stories don't do that as much. That's sort of the redeeming factor. Generations 2 and 3 it did. So it feels like an earlier generation short story, and not to its good stuff, because, again, it's longer than it needs to be. It has too much details and not enough plot. Right, the action's fine, the writing's fine, and so forth, but I'm only going to be giving a 6 to this short story. As a reminder, I did a deep dive into this stuff when I was in college. Like I said, in grad school, H.P. Lovecraft became my favorite author. I found this in Delray and so forth. So I definitely enjoyed this stuff. Anyway, the title of this channel, The Worst Thing About New Books, is a quote by a French philosopher named Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And so a short story that I read when I was in college and was published decades ago is definitely sort of, part of this channel, right? That's where I get my passion from. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read this short story? If so, what did you think about it? Did you agree or disagree with my 6 out of 10? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you want to talk about spoilers or the ending or so forth, let's do that too. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I just want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing in watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.